Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to all of you who have listened to my presentation today. I'm looking forward to talk of you today about the functionalities and circuits application to be productive, which is given the name electronic stethoscope. Before I start furthermore, I would like to quickly introduce myself. My name is Siti Noisha binti Musdi, and as executive manager in the business for this project. I think everyone has been familiar in one sentence words, which is great things in a business are never done by one person. They have been done by a team. And also, thanks to all my gratitude, thanks to all my people which has helped me during total everything during task, giving especially to Madam Hayati and to all my beloved teammates who always helping me every time without any complaining. First of all, stethoscope are not only useful for the doctor but home machines, examinators, spying and numbers or after or other users. Standard stethoscope provided no applications which limits their use. These circuits use op-amps to greatly amplify a standard stethoscope and including a low pass filter to remove background noise. Next, based on my research that I have been done, and digital electronic stethoscope is used to listen to heartbeat, and you will normally use a listening to a stethoscope. This digital electronic stethoscope circuits use a piezo sounder from a musical greetings cards or a melody generator as a microphone. This transducer has been output signal in the order of a 100 millivolt and its low frequency response is governed by the input impedance of the amplifier. For this reason, we have chosen to use an emitter follower transistor amplifier. This has a high input impedance and ensure that transducer will a very low frequency response. At the output, you just need to connect a set of a low impedance high phones to be able to listen to your heartbeat. Replacing the emitter follower with a dilating transmitter configuration will further increase the input impedance of the amplifier.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very shiny morning to all of you who are listening to my presentation today. I am looking forward to talk with all of you today about the design topic, the design advantage of our project to be produced, which is giving the name electronic stethoscope. Before I start furthermore, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Nurul Hidayah binti Muhammad Fazil, designing as a secretary for this project. I think everyone has been familiar to a one sentence word, which is great things in a business are never done by a one person, but they are done by a team of people. According to the words, I would like to say my gratitude thanks for all the people which helping me during settle everything, during completing the task, giving especially to my valuable lecturer Madam Hayati and to all my teammates who always helping me every time without any complaining. Without wasting any time more, I would like to proceed to the first point of my explanation. Firstly, the advantage of our design in our new product is we decided to add one of the important component, which is buzzer. As everyone know, buzzer functions as an audio signaling device which can be mechanical, electromechanical or piezoelectrical. The buzzer consists of an outside case with two pins to attach it to power and ground. When current is applied to the buzzer, it causes ceramic disc to contract or expand. Changing this then causes the surrounding disc to vibrate. we have decided to add on the functionality of buzzer because after we blast the server form, one of the specialist medical field has given a suggestion from the problem that happened in current hospital stethoscope that they have to use having a problem which is not really can detect the value of patient heartbeat. So according to the problem statement, we have finding the solution, which is to add the component like buzzer in our circuit, which can increase the volume of listen the patient heartbeat. Next, based on my research that I have been done, the normal stethoscope some later time also, the normal problem that the user have to face when using a normal type of stethoscope is the precise of the patient. Sometimes the user needs to examine the patient who have the overweight body. It can cause the user having a failure or difficulty to detect the heartbeat using the normal way. It is because we as a human having a different layer of skin according to our weight. So to overcome the issue, we will make or edit some material in the body of this product. For example is we will measure the lattice tubing and the binaural spring of the stethoscope part will design neatly so it can accommodate the weight of the patient. Our design also will use the high quality product so it can through the thick diagram. Meanwhile, there are also one disadvantage of normal stethoscope used in normal government. Meanwhile, there are also one disadvantage of the normal stethoscope used in normal government hospital in Malaysia, which is the stethoscope is easily dropped down from the user neck. This means mostly the user medical practitioner will hang out the stethoscope on their neck, and after a few years using it, the hook will slowly become loose. This condition will make the equipment more easier to falling down and causes breakdown. So our method to overcome this problem is by to improve the design of this stethoscope from the normal design into the latest design. This design will currently related to the nowadays technology. This stethoscope is widely used by the medical student and physics, and it is the latest version in the classic range. Its dual head design is what makes a great investment as it can use for boost penetration and outdoor acculation. The two able to mount on adult and penetrate side. The fragmental wing and acoustic quality make it a great stethoscope for a physical assessment and diagnostic. So by this, I think our design will look more quality rather than another product in the market. Based on the point that I have given, there were a lot of benefits or advantages in our design products. So I can conclude that if our product is being published, I am very confident that the product will achieve a very amazing sale to our company, and it can be proven to be a great benefit to our user and also will spread our company name internationally. So I think that's all from me. Next, I will pass the next agenda to the next speaker. Thank you for lending me your eyes. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum to Madam and my fellow friends. For the next section of this video is to talk about the cost of product. Based on to this table, these are some components that we use to make the product. We bought these components from various online shops and websites that sell components based on how cheap they are so that we can sell this product with a reasonable price. The cost of each component are shown in this table. Sum it up all the costs and we will get an overall cost of 13 ringgit and 10 cents for one product. That is all for this section of this video. So I will pass on to the next part.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to Madam Nur Hayati and to my friends Siti Norsha binti Musti, Nurul Hidayah and Haziq Azli Shah. So for this semester, we have taken electronic amplifier circuit as one of our subject, and we have been given an assignment to produce an electronic stethoscope for as one of the requirements for our subject for this semester amplifier syllabus. So as for my part, I would be representing about the consumer pricing expectation together with the ergonomic safety of the electronic stethoscope itself. So based on the production cost on Haziq part, after a survey from 3 websites such as Autobotic Sdn Bhd, AliExpress from overseas, and WinCity from Ipoh, we can say that the cheapest production cost that we get is RM13.10. So for my part, consumer pricing expectation, so based on the respondent form, I can say that the respondent are suggesting that the price of the electronic circuit must be more than RM20. Majority of the respondent are suggesting RM20 is the price that we can charge on the production cost of the electronic circuit that we will be using to produce the electronic stethoscope. And for the electronic stethoscope that have physically been finished, we should market it with a price higher than RM50. The reason of the respondent is saying that it's to cover up the cost and the technology of the equipment. Besides that, the respondent is saying that although the price is quite higher, which is more than RM50, it will still be accepted in the market as long as the electronic stethoscope looks exclusive and useful to the users. Besides that, the price of RM50 is a symbolic as a return for the investment and the time that we as a Venus Amplexture subsidiary have invest on our time to research that have already been done on the new product. We should start with a higher price to market the electronic stethoscope to the market line. Apart from that, the respondent is saying that electronic stethoscope is a specialized instrument that have been used by the medical profession, such as doctors, psychiatrists, nurses, healthcare line. Therefore, we as a third line that would be selling the electronic stethoscope to the market should consider the quality and the reliability of the electronic stethoscope itself, and we must ensure that the product that we will market is not easily accessible with medical certification. It means that we as the producer of the electronic stethoscope must understand that electronic stethoscope is a device that being used by the medical line. Therefore, it must not be easily accessible by other person that are not related to the medical field, and therefore this is important to avoid possible cases such as misuse of electronic stethoscope, wrong adjustment, and to avoid medical fraud. Okay, the next point is the respondent from the engineering and medical line. They are saying that anything that are related to electronics, such as the components that we use to produce the product, such as capacitor, resistor, strip board, transistor, Darlington capacitor, jumper, and everything that we have used to produce the electronic stethoscope circuit should be higher than RM50, as long as the component that we use is first hand, original and good quality, and can last long. They are also saying that the medical product should costed higher, as the electronic stethoscope need to cover the ISO 13485 requirements, and as an additional quality and reliability on the testing of the electronic stethoscope product itself. It is important because we as the producer did not want the device that we market to go wrong to the medical practitioner. Lastly, the respondent is expecting that we should charge additional costs of reliability for the ongoing testing should be included in the product costing. It means that what I can summarize about the consumer pricing expectation of the electronic stethoscope product itself is we should not only charge the price of the product of electronic stethoscope based on their production cost only, but we also must reconsider the facts of the time that we have the time that we have given to doing research, the production cost of the electronic itself, the testing procedure, reliability testing, and lastly to ensure that our product really work. So therefore it is a must for us as the supplier for the electronic stethoscope to charge the product of more than 50 ringgit, so that the users can still think that the product is still affordable, but the function and the application of the electronic stethoscope is good, although the price is cheaper. Okay, for the next part, I will be explaining about the ergonomic safety of the electronic stethoscope. So basically, when we talk about ergonomic safety, we must understand about the ergonomic safety meaning first. So basically, what is ergonomic safety? Ergonomic safety is a science of fitting the work environment to the employee. It means that in any situation of working field, we must ensure that the safety of the employer, employee, users is and the product itself is safe to be used, so that it can avoid injuries to every part of the people in the group itself. Ergonomic safety is important so that it can improve employee comfort, reduce injuries during the working hours, and to improve the productivity of the work of the employee, and to improve job satisfaction to the overall groups. There are two main objectives why ergonomic safety need to be implemented on the electronic stethoscope product that we will be market soon. The main objective is ergonomic safety is important to be implemented on the electronic stethoscope so that it can improve the efficiency of the operation. It means that for the doctors or the nurses, psychiatrists, or the medical line, working with a good electronic stethoscope can ensure their workload being lessened, and to increase the productivity, and to ensure good result of the patient. So it's like for the example, when the doctor itself use the electronic stethoscope to measure the heartbeat of the sick person or the patient, they want to make sure that the result that they get is not wrong, so that they can come up with the actual result of the health condition of the patient. The second objective is to maximize the productivity. So a good electronic stethoscope can ensure the productivity work of the doctors and the whole organization, and the organization as a whole is being done at the given time. So there are a few ergonomic safety precautions that we have been implement to the electronic stethoscope itself. Firstly, based on the respondent complaint that we have received, we as a supplier for the electronic stethoscope receive complaints of the vision of the audio signal of the electronic stethoscope is slow. So we have planned to put a speaker inside the electronic stethoscope circuit itself, and then we put an adjustable hearing knob so that the doctor can adjust the hearing volume of the heartbeat of the patient, such as high, medium or low, depending on the situation itself. And maybe in some situations, such as the heartbeat of the patient is not quite is low, so they can adjust the volume to higher mode so that they can hear the heartbeat patient more precisely. And next, we plan to set up the volume of the internal calibration on the sound amplification. Next is we have received complaints too from the respondent on the medical line that the electronic stethoscope that they have been using nowadays, that they just hang it at their neck, is easily being falling down. So once it's fall down, it is easily broken, which cause one electronic stethoscope not last for a longer time. So what we want to do about this is we plan to make an adjustable buckle at the electronic stethoscope earlobe, so that the adjustable hearing knob can be setting comfortably to the position of the doctor's neck, depending on their comfortability. And then we also understand that since a doctor life is quite hectic, as they have to rush here and forth, so we have planned to recreate a electronic stethoscope that can that are flexible, so that they can easily be folded and be put in a small box. So therefore, instead of hanging the electronic stethoscope at their neck, they can after they have used the stethoscope, they can place it on the small box that we provide together with the electronic stethoscope, and they can just put it in their lab coat, and then they can go anywhere with the electronic stethoscope in their lab coat. So therefore, the risk of broken the electronic stethoscope by dropping them down could be lessened. Okay, the next part of the ergonomic safety that we plan is to put an adjustable hook. Yeah, the one that I said just now on their neck, to put adjustable hook as a safety design, so that it is easy for the medical doctors to carry it on with them anywhere. Okay, the fifth point for the ergonomic safety is that we have received response from the respondent that the earbuds of the electronic stethoscope that have been normally used in the market line is had caused some discomfort to the doctor's ear. So we have planned to make an ergonomic earbud which are made from silicone rubber, and we have planned to make the earbuds we have redesigned the earbuds to be being placed exactly like the earlobe of the doctors or any medical practitioner, so that first, they can hear the heart beeping sound more precisely, and second, it can cause comfort to themselves as the users of the electronic stethoscope. The last point is we plan to put a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connection at the electronic stethoscope, so that in the situation when the doctor have scanned the heartbeat of the patient, the result of the heartbeat will automatically transfer into the doctor's computers or their monitors or their PC. Means that it will be easier for them in cases of emergency situation. So this part is very important to improve the performance of clinical medical diagnosis, which they can get the result instantly, like instant result after they have scanned the patient heartbeat, and the result will like pop up at their computer PC by the Bluetooth application, so that this can also increase the productivity load of the doctors, medical practitioner and nurses itself. So I think that's all from me, and I will pass the conversation to Haziq Azlisham to continue with the conclusion and discussion of the marketability of the product. Thank you.
According to this market survey, we have decided to proceed with our product by using the improvised design of the BJT amplifier circuit that we make, since most of respondents are very much familiar with the circuit itself. We believe that this product will getting high demands. So to summarize everything, we can conclude that our product, electronic stethoscope, should launch on the mainstream market. This product will be sold to worldwide, and it can give benefits to the medical field.